On the latest developments regarding the famine crisis in Somalia, I am joined by Emmanuel Nyabera, the spokesperson for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or UNHCR's Nairobi office. Mr. Nyabera joins us live via telephone link-up from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Good evening, Emmanuel.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I just came back from Dadaab around 2 hours ago, which is around Dadaab. Dadaab is a camp around 80 kilometers from Somali border, and then we just flew 1 hour from there to Nairobi. And what I can say, the situation there is very desperate because we have so many people coming in. Initially, they were coming in because of insecurity, but now we have so many people coming in because of hunger. I mean, they're pastoralists, they're farmers, they've lost their livestock, they've lost their crops because it just rained there for some time. So in Dadaab, we have a population of more than 400,000 people in that camp that initially was meant to take care of around 90,000 people. So the situation there is very desperate.
What about the things that they must have in order to remain alive? I'm talking about food, I'm talking about water, I'm talking about kerosene or something to light. I'm talking about drugs in the case of those people who may be sick. What about those? Are they available, or would you say that the amount that is available is adequate?
I must say the first thing is that the camps have been extremely congested. And so we've been having people coming in, almost 1,400 people every single day. Most of them are women and children. And they're coming in very desperate situation. For a long time, we didn't have a place where we could put shelter for them. But 1 month ago, the government of Kenya allowed us to extend the existing camps. So what we're doing is to try and move people to a place we call IFO Extension, where so far in the past 2 weeks, we have moved around 15,000 people, and that exercise is going on. At least now we're in a position to give them better sanitation, better shelter. World Food Program is give them food, but still a lot has to be done so that at least by October, when the rainy season comes, we'll have moved most of them.
Where specifically is most of the aid coming from as we talk, Emmanuel?
Most of the aid is coming, of course, from Japan, from the US, and also for a long time we knew that we need to prepare very well for this. So we've been getting aid also from Sweden, from Netherlands, but still I think it's very crucial that we get more aid coming in from other countries, because if you receive people, around 1,400 people every single day, then you know very well that as much as you prepare, you need to prepare more. So our appeal is that we need to get a little bit more to take care of sanitation, shelter, and also we have to know that apart from the few people who are coming in, there are people who've been in this refugee camp for the past 20 years. So education has to go on, and also just really make people know that they live in a situation that can be sustained.
What about the issues of resettlement, especially for some of those refugees that, as you say, have actually been there for at least 20 years?
That's very important, because look at it this way. Kenya is receiving, so far, we have around 400,000 people coming in as much as the border is closed. So it's a very, very big burden for the people and the government of Kenya. And we know that it's very crucial. We've been giving at least priority to refugees who've been here for a long time to at least go to other countries. People need education. People need better health care. So I think the Western countries need to open up and at least be able to receive some of these people who are dying for education, because if they don't get this, then they're idle in the camps, and it's very easy for them to go into other other exercises or other activities that will not be helpful to the global community.
What about African countries themselves? Isn't there something really that is tangible that they can do? We gather, for example, that Namibia so far at least has been able to contribute about $500,000 US. What about the 54 member countries of the African Union? Can't they at least provide some space for some resettlement?
This is very crucial because really, I mean, as African countries also have to come up and give support. I know that we got some support from Botswana. Tanzania, for a long time, historically, has been able to accommodate some of the refugees. Kenya, for a long time, even during the Idi Amin's time in Uganda, accommodated so many refugees from Uganda. And therefore, I think we should not just look at the West and look at America and look at, Africans. This is the time that they should come up and give support. Because the Kenya government has done that, but they've been appealing that they need to have a meeting where not only Kenya will be accommodating these people, not only Ethiopia, because Ethiopia is also accommodating so many Somali refugees, and Djibouti. I think Africans should come together and also be able to give support and say we can accommodate this number of people. But I think the main solution for this issue is really to try and stabilize Somalia so that people should stay in Somalia, and also people who've been born here in Kenya for 20 years, who've been looking forward to going back to their country, can have an opportunity to go back.
Talking about resettlement or social sanctuary, I recall that the last time there was an earthquake in Haiti, I recall that the Republic of Senegal at least was able to provide or pledge sanctuary for some people from Haiti. Where is Senegal when Africa needs it today? Emmanuel?
I think what I would say really, I won't talk about a particular country, but I think what I would say is that African countries should stand up and really give support to Somalia at this time. We can't all the time wait for people from outside. So it's very crucial that the global community opens up and not forget the fact that we have women and children who are crossing the borders to go to other countries. Most of them coming in when they're so malnourished. I mean, percentage of about 30 to 40% malnourishment. Children are dying, women are walking long distances, and people are just hopeless. So really, I think it's an opportunity that we have as African people and also the global community to give support.
What about some other significant challenges that your organization is facing? What exactly are those challenges?
One, I think, first of all, the camps that we have in Dadaab specifically need to be decongested. We need land. We are working very closely with the government of Kenya, and they're doing a lot to help. That's how come all of a sudden we are trying to decongest the camps. Because once we decongest the camps, then we can be able to give support in terms of water, sanitation, health care, because we can reach the people. But if they come without, not in an organized manner, then they settle in areas that are far away from humanitarian services, and this does not help them. So now, the one, like I said, is shelter, sanitation, health care, and also for people who've been there for a long time, we need better education and also other resettlements. If people can be taken to other countries, especially people who are trying to have education, and people who are also challenged in terms of health, can go to other countries to be taken care of. That was something that we extremely appreciate.
Well, thank you very much, Emmanuel Nyabera of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, for joining us today. And of course, we'll keep hope alive for the refugees affected by the famine in the Horn, of those like you who are there to give them assistance. Thank you so much, Emmanuel.
Please, we appreciate and keep hope alive. Please.
You're most welcome indeed.